Long time no see, everyone. I'm sorry that it's been this way. For the past week and a half, I have been busy wrapping up my second to last semester of school. Final examinations, projects, you name it, I had to deal with it. But now that's all said and done, so this whole Christmas break, I'm going to be doing my best to daily vlog. Because let me tell you, there is so much that needs to be done to the cars. The S13 doesn't even run. I have suspension arms for the S14 that need to be installed because I have an extremely whack alignment. Whack! And the more I daily it with a whack alignment, the quicker I'm just going to be going through my tires. I mean, welded diff too, so add that on top of it being out of alignment. So besides these two cars, we have to finish up the work on the BRZ and the FRS. And just by the look of the garage, I have my work cut out for me. So before I started filming today, I did manage to take off my Tomei unequal length header off of the FRS. And I know a lot of you guys are thinking, okay, so you're just gonna swap it onto the BRZ. No, unfortunately not. My dad, being the old man that he is, he wants it to be a lot more quiet, so we're gonna go ahead and throw on the stock header. I know, such a bummer, but it's his car, and ultimately his decision. Now, if we rewind just a little bit as to why we started this whole swap from the turbo going from the BRZ to the FRS, it basically all stemmed from the fact that we needed a new manifold. The old turbo manifold is chilling like a villain back here. And basically what had happened, since this is a V1 SBD turbo manifold, these flex joints here are known to go bad and leak exhaust over time. So we could have spent the money to get this fixed, but we figured we might as well just order a new manifold, since Speed by Design did update it. So if we go inside real quick, I will show you what I had done earlier this month. So if you look in here, yes, there are so many parts that we're going to need to install. But here is the new manifold. No, Speed by Design doesn't make them black. I just figured that instead of having to put exhaust wrap on it, we might as well get it ceramic coated. And right here, if you look, we got a new friction disc to put into the FRS. And of course, a new release bearing. But as far as everything that I want to do to the cars this week, I just want to focus all of my energy onto the BRZ. Now you might be thinking, what am I going to do with the tune? That's where this thing comes into play. So I went to HRI Tuning's website and ordered the Ecutech, what is it? I guess cable and dongle that I can use to load up a nice new stock tune onto the BRZ. So no, I'm not going to be tuning it. Since we are putting it back to stock with the header and exhaust, I figured I might as well just throw the stock tune, and then once James has some free time, meet up with him just to have him optimize and work his magic to make the BRZ run that much better. So I basically have everything in my possession to get the car done, so let's do it. You know, there's so much stuff to be done that my mind is like kind of boggled with what I should start with. But I'm pretty sure I have narrowed it down to wanting to remove the timing chain cover to keep it from leaking more. Because if you look down here, we are suffering from that notorious leak right on the bottom driver's side of the timing chain cover. But because that requires me having to take off all of the pulleys and the fact that I don't have the transmission on the car, the engine just wants to rotate since I want to remove this bolt that holds in the crank pulley. So I figured I might as well just go ahead and tackle putting the transmission back into the BRZ. Okay, let's get under the car right here. Use the sway bar to pick myself up. Now, if you guys remember, in the last video, we put the clutch in with the pressure plate, but we didn't have the clutch alignment tool. But voila, I have one here. So now all I gotta do is just loosen up the pressure plate here, align the friction disc, and we should be good to go. All right, so I guess next step is to put the transmission back into the car. But before we do that, I have a couple of little things I need to do to it. First being, I have this rear transmission seal that we figured we might as well replace because when we took the transmission out, we had oil leaking out of it. And then we also have a replacement clutch release bearing. Another one of those maintenance items that if you already have your transmission out, you might as well replace it. Some clips holding it on. Listen to the noise that this one makes versus this. No noise coming out of here. Throw this baby back in. And there's that. Just remember, one clip faces up, the bend's from the top, and the other clip is from the bottom. And let me grab a seal puller so we can get that seal out of the back of the transmission. Hopefully this puppy comes out easy. So after spending about 45 minutes trying to get the old seal out, I basically chewed all the way through it. It was a pain in the butt. Time to break out the good old handy dandy seal driver. Harbor Freight Special right here. Oh, geez. Okay, it is the next morning. Last night, I got super frustrated with myself because if you remember, when my dad and I were removing the transmission off of the back of the engine, we had realized that one of the bolts that held on the starter had sheared. So I tried to helicoil it, and I actually made it worse. Where I had drilled through the original hole, I kind of made it a little cockeyed, and when I went to tap it, I just couldn't get the tap to go all the way through. And because of that, I got super frustrated and basically wanted to stop working, stop filming on the car. So then I woke up this morning thinking, okay, well, what can I do? This is the hole that I had screwed up. I don't know if you could tell from here, but the original hole, there's metal where you could see just where I went off center. So I'm sitting here thinking, well, crap, I just ruined this block and there's nothing we can do. But I realized on the back side here, there is enough space or clearance to where if I fit a bolt that's long enough, I could put a nut on the backside to hold on the starter. So that's exactly what I did. I went to Ace, picked this up, and I'm hoping that it will do the job. We'll just have to cross our fingers for that. But now I guess it's time to tackle putting this transmission back in. Totally thought I could manhandle this transmission myself. Nope, not even close. If I just had one more set of helping hands, I know I could do it, but it's just a little bit too heavy for me. Maybe I didn't skip out on going to the gym so much. I'd be able to lift it up myself and basically bench press it onto the back of the engine, but I'd rather not hurt myself or damage anything. So because I'm basically an utter failure for not being able to put the transmission back in, I at least wanted to be a little bit more productive tonight. Went ahead and removed the catch cans back onto the FRS. But definitely, I need a friend over here to help me out getting this transmission back in, actually on both of the cars. So hopefully I can do that tomorrow, as well as get all of these FRS spares mounted. So instead of me lollygagging around, doing things that aren't really necessary, and given the fact that it is cold and rainy outside, I could be working on the S13 trying to get that thing running. But I think I'm gonna call it for a night. Because like I said, I'm trying to do this whole daily vlog thing this whole Christmas break. So I need to get out of the mindset that I actually need to get stuff done in each video. Of course I need to, but it's not a complete necessity. So with that said, I'm gonna get to editing this video, then get to sleep, wake up bright and early so I can continue working on the cars. So do me a favor, click on that little bell thing to give you the notifications of when I post so we can really make this daily vlog stuff super effective, because I'd love to liven up the channel, and to do that I need you guys. So I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you guys next time, aka tomorrow. Peace.